And we're back with adapting Tokyo Ghoul Volume 4 the right way. Now, if you guys haven't watched Volume 3, 2, and 1, please go back and watch those videos. They're peak. I'm literally remaking Tokyo Ghoul how I would make it. Anyways, if you guys like these type of videos, please make sure to like and subscribe. And let's get right into this without further ado. So the start of this episode will basically be all the high school stuff with Yoriko and Toka. Basically explain to the audience that, well, Toka also has a Hide type of figure in her life, kind of like Kaneki, but Toka would still has the maturity to know that if Yoriko were to ever find out that Toka was a ghoul, she would kill her immediately. It wouldn't really matter. Then immediately after this, about halfway through the episode, maybe around their 8-minute mark, we finally get introduced to one of the fan favorite characters of the series, Shu Tsukiyama. And his introduction is one of terror and something like that, because you just see him inside a woman's window, just sitting there. And the next thing you see of that woman is she's crying, screaming out of terror, out of just fear that both of her eyeballs have been sapped away from her eye sockets. Yeah, this guy's pretty much crazy from what you can tell already. After these events, we cut to Kaneki and Toka's training sessions once again, where this time we find out that Yomo is actually going to be the one taking over, training Kaneki for combat instead of Toka, because Toka's just a fucking fight-heavy jerk that doesn't really know how to train him, and Yomo's just training this guy because Kaneki can't really control anything when he loses it. Either way, we move to the next scene where we go into the calf again, and Tsukiyama shows up. Now, Tsukiyama's entrance, I want all of his scenes to be filled with a lot of dread, like a lot of terror, like damn, like he's scary, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like Predator-ish vibes, you know what I mean? I want to give him Predator-ish vibes. And then this next section of the whole episode is just going to be him realizing about Kaneki, then going home, and we know his true intentions, but Kaneki doesn't. So it makes us fear for Kaneki, right? And so in the next scene where they meet up at Kami and they talk about books and all this other stuff, Tsukiyama gets more increasingly interested in him. It just completely gets more and more scary about their relationship. On top of that, we're going to cut back for the end of the episode to go meet up with Yomo to go to another restaurant, where the episode's going to end on this jump scare from Itori. And yeah, that's basically where episode's going to end. Episode 11 will be a good episode for the series, not only just introducing a hype character like Tsukiyama, but also showcasing that even without a fight happening, this show would still look beautiful and keep people engaged in what's going on. Episode 12 would start with an amazing info dump of Itori just telling us everything we need to know about the situation so far, about how Kaneki's situation could possibly, with Rize, not be an accident and could have happened on purpose. This is a lot of things that this anime-only adaptation missed out on. We didn't know about this in the anime. We just thought it was a complete accident. But in this, it's actually all orchestrated and it all makes sense. Then Kaneki asks, oh shit, what do I do to actually gain this information? And Itori's like, yo, okay, I want information on the Ghoul restaurant that Tsukiyama works at. So Kaneki goes to go meet up with Tsukiyama once again to get into that Ghoul restaurant to get information so he can get his other information, if that makes sense. Anyways, so a couple more meetings with Tsukiyama comes, and Kaneki actually gets to go into the Ghoul restaurant. Now, this episode, not much is going to happen aside from mostly dialogue, but the cliffhanger on this episode will be crazy because there's going to be a plot twist where Tsukiyama eventually leads Kaneki into the restaurant as a buffet dish to the rest of the ghouls, and it's going to end with the scrapper basically just emerging from the shadows. And as fear erupts on Kaneki's face, it'll also erupt on our faces because we know that this scrapper is going to be a literal demon just by his design. And the episode's just going to end with him walking out of the shadows. Again, just another chill episode. I mean, there's nothing really crazy about this episode that's going to happen until the plot twist at the end. Now, this episode, I think, will be very, very entertaining, unlike the last two where it was mostly just yap. But this one's going to showcase beautiful animation and the nature of a true human, where basically you see that Kaneki's in this pit where a bunch of ghouls are watching him and he has to survive from this scrapper. And what's basically going to happen is the scrapper is going to hunt them down one by one. But Kaneki's going to protect some of these humans, obviously, since he's probably the most powerful one there. Although one of these humans is going to try and throw him under the bus to try and escape for themselves, which it really showcases that, yo, like, there can be bad humans. It really reinforces that fact. Either way, this fight between Kaneki and the Scrapper is going to be very suspenseful, stressful in the anime, with a whole bunch of Sakuga going everywhere with their fight, and then along with Shu fucking ending this guy's like whole fucking dreams. He's gonna end his whole dreams by demolishing him at the midway to more than midway point of the episode, where basically Shu's gonna run right through him. Kaneki's gonna get to escape, but the episode's not gonna end there, where we cut back to the cafe where Kaneki's having dreams about what just happened. But it doesn't end there, because I forgot to mention that last episode, Kaneki actually ended up saving Nishiki from a bunch of thugs who were beating him up. This also happened in the anime, but in the anime it felt like an ass pull, because Kaneki just gets stronger out of nowhere, where here we actually see why he's getting stronger. So yeah, the episode will end with an insane twist that's going to get everyone hyped for the next week, where Kaneki gets a letter delivered to his doorstep telling him to come to the specific place to save Kimi, and Nishiki's gonna be like, yo, Kaneki, we gotta go. He got Kimi. That'll be it for Tokyo Ghoul Volume 4. Hope you guys liked this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you like Tokyo Ghoul, and if you want to see me adapt the rest of the series just like this. Either way, man, I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye.